What do you think of when you hear about wrestling? Probably not a major world sport, but it is. It has also been around forever. According to the United World Wrestling, wrestling can be dated back 5,000 years ago to the Sumerians and has been in almost every major society in history, including the ancient Egyptians to the Greeks. Wrestling was in the first Olympic Games, mainly Greco-Roman, which was an upper body style, and it was also the last event in the pentathlon, which included a foot race, discus, and javelin. And it was also the Romans' favorite sport. In the Middle Ages and Renaissance era, wrestling was practiced by the higher-ups in society. And the first printed book for wrestling came out in 1512. When the Olympics was reinstated back in 1896 in Athens, wrestling was also there. However, there was only one weight class, which basically was no weight class, and you could weigh in at whatever you wanted, even if you were 500 pounds. And the U.S. finally introduced a more modern freestyle wrestling in 1904, which wasn't fully accepted yet. Women's wrestling was finally introduced in 2004. Wrestling always helped me go through my life, as it does for many others. It opens students' eyes in middle school to the culture of wrestling, and it helps students go through high school well-disciplined by having to go to practice and show up on time. Wrestling also helps students get into college and helps student athletes get through college. It helps people look at life in a better view because of the hardships that you go through with wrestling. Just like Dan Gable said, once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. Could you believe after knowing all this that the International Olympic Committee tried to take wrestling out of the Olympics? The IOC tried to take wrestling out of the 2020 Olympics with claims that it wasn't modern enough. The New York Times stated, yet it was precisely the traditional nature of wrestling that appeared to doom it. A shift in priority has occurred in an era of outsized television contracts as Olympic officials seek to add more telegenic sports and more widely visible stars in hopes of maintaining a sense of relevance, modernity, and youthfulness in the summer games. This caused a global concern because wrestling has been in the Olympics since there has been an Olympics. Some nations' national sport is wrestling, including Iran. Wrestling is also a perfect sport for the Olympics, due to its having a wide range of popularity throughout the world, and also it's easy at filming because it only uses a small space-up. Mike Novogratz, who is a U.S. Olympic team captain, said that the decision was a shady one. One, because the board is based in Western Europe, and wrestling is not popular there. Wrestling is more popular in Eastern Europe, Middle East, Asia, and the United States. He also stated that the decision was based more on friends and not thought. The final decision was based on a vote between a lot of sports including squash and baseball and softball. Wrestling ended up winning the vote due to turning the sport into more modern with flashy lights and intros and different point system that rewards the more offensive wrestling. Now does wrestling mean a lot more than you thought it did? As you can see, wrestling is a major world sport and so far hasn't been taken out of the Olympics. Wrestling has been around before the Olympics even began and still has stayed a major world sport. It gives guidance and discipline to the people who pursue the sport. And even after all the changes in wrestling today to make it more modern, it still holds a strong tradition that has been going on for centuries and won't stop being a popular world sport.